Hello once again and welcome to Doom 3 Overthinked. Delta Labs Level 2. And straight away they're on you. It took a few shells to bring them down. Can't remember too much about this at the moment, but maybe I will when I get through this door. Yeah, a little bit. God, they're so aggressive. Oh no, one of those. I forgot about him. And I have no health. Oh, that woke me up. Right, let's scavenge for some health. Pretty sharpish. Shells are good, but I really need health. That looks a bit awkward. Yeah, I was pretty sure another imp would turn up. Or two. Yeah, it's starting to come back to me now, and I'm thinking it's going to be quite challenging, actually. Yeah, the frame rate is dropping. I'm seeing it drop into the 40s. I don't know why. Doesn't seem to be as smooth as normal. Funnily enough, I couldn't actually load the game earlier. It would not let me load the game, so I had to restart the machine and load it via a slightly unorthodox method. Oh crap. Video. There might be health over here. No. Yeah. Right, I need more health again. I'm gonna have to load because I just need to have a fuller magazine available. This bit. Ah, health station. Might as well take it all. How on earth did you get in here? Oh, I picked up the cells. That's one way of doing it. Yeah, I remember getting into this before. That's it. Finally. Kind of missed the pistol a bit. I could do with one of those. Right, I must read that PDA. Peter Raleigh, I think he was one of the psychiatrists.
This is the audio log of Medical Supervisor Peter Raleigh, dated October 29th, 2145. We have exhausted all known forms of drug treatment in hopes of finding a way to abate this strange outbreak of dementia, and I have yet to receive any additional data from the psychiatrists back on Earth. Options are quickly dwindling. Approximately 80% of all extraplanar participants exhibit signs of mild neuroses within the first 48 hours after returning from their expeditions. Within 72 hours, 75% of patients exhibit extreme signs of paranoid delusion and violence. We have isolated these cases in hopes of finding the pathogen. As yet, we can find no biological contaminants that would lead to such drastic changes in cognitive processing. It seems that whatever this pathogen is, it attacks higher brain functions and only leaves more basal functions in the lower brain stem. We've witnessed that a high percentage of subjects lose ability for rational thought and communication skills, and then the physical changes become evident. Subjects in this group appear to atrophy. Skin pales, Muscles become slack. Bone, teeth, and fingernails become almost translucent, veiny sinews of their former selves. I have never seen anything like this in my career. Our observations continue. This is the audio log of Medical Supervisor Peter Raleigh, dated November 1st, 2145. Patient 0432, a Private Steve Jensen of the UAC Darklight Armor Corps Division, expired today at 15:43 of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. This is approximately 110 hours after his return from expeditionary missions. Private Jensen was suffering from paranoid delusions and full-blown dementia. Treatment was unsuccessful. He was the last surviving member of his outfit. 4 other squad mates, who also came back with Private Jensen, expired from injuries suffered on that last mission shortly after their return. Before his death, Private Jensen was heard screaming in both English and other languages. Something about demon hordes feasting on our souls. The other language was later discovered to be Aramaic. Due to security concerns in the area, I've secured some armaments within my office.
Okay, so this chest, thinking of a word there, I don't know if I've already got the code or whether or not I have to find it. I can't remember. I think I come back and get it, but yeah, I think I'll be able to get it later.
Making progress, Marine? Your journey is futile. You will die, and your soul will be mine.
I think there's a revenant through here. Yeah, it's definitely not running as well. I'm really not sure why. But that went quite well. Making sure I saw the hand symbol before I clicked on it in case I blew myself up. Good. Right, I think we have to go this way.
Who's there? Oh, thank God. You're not one of them. I thought everyone else was gone. I was part of this. I helped them. The madness of opening to another dimension. Look, we don't have much time. We let it through. The evil, the protective stabilizer on the portal just failed after Betruger took the device. It was an artifact we had found in the ruins. He took it into the portal, and hell followed him out. You have to help me first. I'm going to try to get the teleporter systems running again. The areas are destroyed around us, so it's the only way through this part of the complex. You need to find me a working plasma inducer. It's all I need to get the teleporter working. You can look for it in operations. I have a security clearance. I'll unlock some doors for you. There. We don't have a lot of time. Please hurry.
I think he gives the video disc to you later. And there's health there, should I need it. When I need it. That's quite lengthy, so I'll just read it. You can always skip ahead to the annotation that no doubt I will provide. Yeah, something tells me I'm gonna really need that soul cube. Whoa. Yeah, probably that. I think I need that health already. All gone. Now, I think there's one of those jumping imps around here. Right, can't go there. It has to be this way. Biological research. Something tells me that this area shouldn't be causing such a frame rate drop. I don't know why it's doing it though, or why it's occurring. Because it's been rock solid until now. Weird. I don't know if it does, but it would be nice if it did register that you found a secret. Or something that represents a secret. Now, I do forget that I can lean in this mod.
Medical report 16-8, dated November 2nd, 2145. Patient 432, private. Private jet. Treatment was unsuccessful. Initial psychiatric interviews suggested only mild psychosis.
I'll listen to that properly in a moment. Just want to make sure there's nothing wanting to eat me.
Interview G8A, Private Steve Jensen, October 18, 2145.
UAC psychologist Dr. Hooper interviewing Steve Jensen, male, age 27. Steve, can you talk to me about the last few weeks, please?
I don't want to talk.
Well, I'm here to help you, Steve.
I've tried talking. They think I'm crazy. You think I'm crazy.
They, your colleagues, aren't doctors. Let me tell you.
Help! Nothing can help us.
Prior sessions over a period of 72 hours reveal rapid deterioration of both physical and mental capacity, with behavior inconsistent with any known patterns. The patient was responsive for brief periods and had to be restrained during interviews. Reference interview H-3-2, Private Steve Jensen, October 21st, 2145.
Tell me what you see, Steve.
I don't want to see it anymore. I don't want to feel it. They'll be here soon, and then you'll see it.
Can you talk about what you see? Steve? Patient unresponsive. Terminating interview.
We have exhausted all known forms of drug treatment in hopes of finding a way to abate this strange outbreak of dementia, and I have yet to receive any additional data from the psychiatrists back on Earth. Options are quickly dwindling. -8, dated November 2nd, 2145. Patient 0432, a Private Steve Jensen of the UAC Darklight Armor Corps Division, expired yesterday at 1543. Private Jensen was suffering from paranoid delusions and full-blown dementia. Treatment was unsuccessful. Initial psychiatric interviews suggested only mild psychosis with speech, motor activity, and thought processes within normal range, paranoia being the only psychotic element directly evident. Reference interview G8A, Private Steve Jensen, October 18th, 2145.
UAC psychologist Dr.
Just realised how low I am on shells. Again. Oh. No, that is not what we want. Surprised I didn't get more damage than that, actually. I believe more come through. Maybe not just yet. Right, this, I seem to remember that this little puzzle... Yeah, 2 of them as well. Oh, crap. That's really bad. I think that is going to be death. I can't get out of it. No health. Ah,
16-8,
wonderful.
dated November 2nd,
That was just what I needed.
Patient 0432, a Private Steve Jensen of the UAC Darklight Armor Corps Division, expired yesterday at 15:43. Private Jensen was suffering from paranoid delusions and full-blown dementia.
Hanging in there, but only just. Yeah, this puzzle, I seem to recall, was one of the few comparisons that was made to Half-Life 2, because that was more of a puzzle, incorporated puzzles in the game, you know, with physics and so forth. But there wasn't much of that in Doom 3, this being one of the few examples. Now, what do I have to do? Honestly, can't remember. I think I have to get it to put a box on there and then choose any other box and then jump on it and then jump onto there, but problem is, if I keep falling off, I'm gonna hurt myself. I think this is what I'm supposed to do. And it's very useful because I've got some ammunition and health. Don't quite know how I avoided being hit. Especially with a crappy frame rate. Now I might be able to remember this off heart. Is it? Yes. I think I had the PDA for it a while back. But I think when I first played this, I couldn't remember what it was and I couldn't get it. Alright, let's see how it looks.
Halon systems deactivated.
Alright, oxygen purge. Is there a PDA in here? (972).
Warning. Halon systems active.
Yeah, I can see where I am now.
Access denied.
I heard a revenant, but I don't know where he is. Probably through there. No. Do I go back this? I know I can go that way, but... Thought I... Oh, perhaps not yet. Maybe I have to go this way first. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of earlier. Several of them. Yeah, PDA I picked up. I might just stand back this way in case I get cornered. Phil Wilson.
Audio log for Phil Wilson, medical technician, Delta Labs, October 20th, 2145. Today, I witnessed the third test of the teleporter in 3 weeks that I've been here. Volunteers are becoming harder and harder to come by, and it isn't difficult to see why. They all come back screaming like loons about demons, pools of blood. It's real fire and brimstone stuff. At first, I wasn't paying much attention, just doing my job, but The last was Robert Clayton. Now, I met him my first day here. This guy chews up rocks and spits out gravel. He's tough as they come. Having to sedate him and drag his drooling body to the isolation room, it's really freaked me out. I'm gonna put in for a transfer as soon as I'm able.
No, I don't blame you. Yeah, and some of you probably know that if you look at the names on these, doorways, then some of the more well-known members of id Software, at least back then, should be obvious. Matt Hooper. Was there someone Chang? I can't remember now. Vaguely remember that name. Yeah, Jerry Keehan. Right, I think I'm pretty safe here, so I'm just going to read this PDA. Frank Cinders. Ah, here's that code for that locker. Storage cabinets, that's the word.
As requested, the following is my initial feedback on my first trip through the portal. Private First Class Frank Cinders, dated October 15th, 2145. I don't know exactly where to begin. Obviously, I survived the first trip and feel no worse for the wear. I'm not feeling any of the symptoms reported by the others who have gone in before me, but I'm at a point where I'm still trying to process everything. Thankfully, the place looks deserted and devoid of any life, but the flames and heat and stench of the place, it smells of death, decay, and burnt flesh. Tomorrow we're going back in with some of the eggheads, science division, to start securing forward positions, and we expect to start sending out the mapping droids at the same time. I feel I must admit on a personal note that I've got a really, really bad feeling about this. I don't understand what we're doing there or what we hope to prove. PFC Cinders, signing off.
I guess you go out this way. Yeah, plenty of them in this area. Just wondering if I can get around the side there, but you can't. Yeah, it pays to explore in this mod because you need all the help you can get. Andy Chang, yeah, that was one name I remember. I think I'd love to see this game remade with the Unreal 4 engine. So realistic, I imagine. Now, what is the code for this? Ah, there we are. Yes, 715. I knew I was right. Or I thought I was right. Bit of a waste of the armor, but never mind. It's not like it's going to last long anyway. Yeah, I don't know why I'm trying to get up there when I can't benefit from it. When they get in the right kind of light conditions, you can see their eyes glowing. That's really effective. Yeah. Two of them? Oh crap. Well, a bit messy, but no damage taken. Maybe I shouldn't have the alternate fire on mouse 3. I think it was this way. Ah, first of all, I want to go and open that storage cabinet, which is back through here.
Excellent. That will get the teleporter working again. And you don't have much time. You're going to need to teleport across the containment chamber. It's the only way through this part of the complex. Head into the chamber and initiate the sequence on the machine. I'll take care of the rest. I'm not going with you. Good luck. But before you go, I want you to take something. It's a journal I made about the experiments. Those things. It's all there. It'll explain everything. Get it to someone so this never happens again. Get out to the teleporter pad. I'm ready here. Move quickly. There's nothing here for you to do. Get out to the teleporter pad. I'm ready here.
Decontamination process started. Decontamination complete. Have a nice day. Systems activated. Teleportation will commence in T-minus 3, 2,